The Book of Nehemiah, rebuilding walls, rescuing spirits, and dodging haters. Let's dive into the Book of Nehemiah, where one guy with a heart for his people decides to take on the massive project of rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. Think of Nehemiah as your ancient version of a community leader who's got a killer vision and refuses to take no for an answer. Basically, a real go-getter. His story is packed with action, strategy, teamwork, and a healthy dose of haters trying to throw him off course. Sound relatable? Totally. Chapter 1. Nehemiah, Cupbearer to the King, makes the ultimate prayer request. Nehemiah's story starts off with some serious bad news. Word gets to Nehemiah that Jerusalem is in ruins and the people are struggling big time. Now, Nehemiah is living the dream as the king's cupbearer. Fancy job, but mostly involves risking your life by tasting the king's wine for poison. Still, when he hears about his people's struggle, he's wrecked. So what does he do? He prays. Not just any prayer. This is the kind of prayer that's raw, emotional, and filled with heart. He admits the sins of his people, pleads for mercy, and asks for a chance to make things right. Chapter 2. The king says yes, but the haters are warming up in the bullpen. After days of praying and probably biting his nails down to nubs, Nehemiah asks the king for permission to go rebuild Jerusalem. And, miracle of miracles, the king says yes. Not only that, but he gives Nehemiah supplies and protection for the journey. Score, Nehemiah is off to rebuild the walls and restore the city. But don't think this is going to be easy. Enter Sanballat, Tobiah, and their gang of haters. These guys aren't thrilled about Nehemiah's plans and start mocking him from day one. It's like that scene in every movie where the underdog is about to do something awesome, and the villains are like, yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Chapter 3. Let's get building. Cue the montage music. Now onto the construction. If Nehemiah's life were a movie, this is where we'd cue the upbeat montage music. Chapter 3 is basically a who's who of people working on the wall. Priests, goldsmiths, rulers, even perfume makers. Yes, apparently ancient perfumers doubled as construction workers. Who knew? Everyone has their assigned section, and despite the fact that this is literally a giant wall we're talking about, Nehemiah has the crew cranking out bricks like nobody's business. This guy is a master project manager, and nothing is going to slow him down. Chapter 4. Haters gonna hate, but Nehemiah's got backup. As if rebuilding a city wall wasn't tough enough, the haters step up their game. Sanballat, Tobiah, and crew move from taunting to threatening an attack, but Nehemiah's ready for it. He arms half his workers with weapons while the other half build. Can we just pause and appreciate the epic multitasking here? Hammer in one hand, sword in the other. It's like an ancient action movie scene. And when things get really tense, Nehemiah reminds the people, don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your families, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your homes. Nehemiah 4 verse 14. Boom! Instant pep talk. Nehemiah's got that, we got this because God's got this energy about the situation. Chapter 5, internal drama. Even God's people get hangry. Just when you think it's all external enemies, there's some serious internal drama. The people start complaining about debt and famine, and some of the wealthier Israelites are exploiting their fellow Jews. Nehemiah, always the stand-up guy, calls them out on it. He's like, hey, we can't treat each other like this. We're all in this together. Nehemiah demands that the rich return the land and money they've taken from the poorer folks. Amazingly, they listen, and the community starts working together. Stop for a few moments. I've got some top secret stuff I needed to let you all in on. Just a few secrets about modern Testament talks. The first secret is that we are so sick that COVID is jealous, like we're just straight awesome. And let's be honest, that's not much of a secret. Am I right? The second secret is that our content is killer cash filler. It's gold, yo. Gold. And you can take that straight to the bank. For sure. The third secret is a thing we call faith foundations. It's our Bible study, journaling, and art activity we end all episodes with. The fourth and final secret is simple, folks. Stay till the end and join us, so you too can grow your faith with all of us. And now back to the show, together again. Nehemiah knows that to rebuild the walls, they also have to rebuild trust among the people. Chapter 6. The final push and the haters' last-ditch efforts. We're back to the haters. Sanballat and Tobiah try to lure Nehemiah into a trap by inviting him to a meeting. Yeah, Nehemiah's not falling for that one. They even start spreading rumors that Nehemiah's planning to set himself up as king. Classic villain move. But Nehemiah's having none of it. He knows that his calling is bigger than their petty schemes, so he keeps building. His secret weapon? Another round of prayer. Nehemiah's like, God, I need strength to finish this thing. And wouldn't you know it? The wall gets done in just 52 days. That's right. In under 2 months, Nehemiah and his crew completely rebuild the wall that was lying in ruins for over a century. Chapter 7 to 13. The people, the party, and the promises. Once the wall is up, it's time for rebuilding the community. Nehemiah doesn't just want a physical wall around Jerusalem. He wants the people to be spiritually strong too. So there's a big public reading of the law, led by Ezra the priest, and the people renew their covenant with God. There's even a huge celebration where they march around the walls singing and playing instruments. It's like the ultimate block party. But Nehemiah's work isn't done. He returns to his day job as the king's cupbearer, but comes back later to check on Jerusalem. He finds that the people have started to slack off. Some have broken the Sabbath, and others are intermarrying with foreign nations. Nehemiah, ever the straight shooter, corrects them and makes sure they're following God's law again. Nehemiah's humor? A little tough love. Anyone? So Nehemiah might not be cracking jokes, but there's definitely some tough love humor going on. In chapter 13, when Nehemiah finds out some of the Israelites are still ignoring the Sabbath, he literally has the gates shut so no one can come in and out on the Sabbath. And when the traders still try to sell their goods outside the wall, Nehemiah threatens to lay hands on them, not in a let's pray together way, but more of a you better watch yourself way. Nehemiah 13 verse 21. Classic tough guy move. So in conclusion, Nehemiah, the original fixer-upper. The Book of Nehemiah is an incredible story of leadership, determination, and faith. Nehemiah faced external threats, internal drama, and his own limitations, but he never stopped trusting God. Through prayer, strategic planning, and sheer persistence, he accomplished what seemed impossible. He didn't just rebuild a wall, he helped rebuild a people. Nehemiah's story reminds us that when God gives us a vision, it won't always be easy, and there will be plenty of haters along the way. But with prayer, faith, and a lot of hard work, we can accomplish amazing things.